for those aficionados out there who would say, well, what's the difference between this and, say, somatic experience? Or what's the difference between this and, shaking medicine where you're standing in
Mm.
one place or you're moving your body around? Is there a difference between these three modalities in what you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, great. So let's break it down to this in two separate areas. So first of all, we've got volitional conscious movement. So you go and do Pilates, you go to the gym, you go for a run, you do yoga, or you even try and relax your body by controlling your breathing and doing mindfulness meditation. So all of those things are fantastic and we know the effect of them, but the limitation is we are limited by the depth to which we can consciously control our body. Now, what's different with what we loosely term neurogenic tremors or neurogenic movements? We use that term in TRE just to create a sense of going, these movements are being generated by the nervous system, even though that's probably a little bit inaccurate. But anyway, by the organism itself. So they're spontaneous involuntary movements, which are very different to consciously directed volitional movements. And then the beauty of that is that the body is able to create movement to release stress and tension and reorganize itself at levels below our cognitive control. So, what it means is rather than being limited by what I can consciously create in my physiology, we've got this direct access to the capacity of the organism to reset itself and rebalance itself. So, another way of thinking about it is just about all the techniques that we use that are focused on the body, we think about them as being bottom up techniques because they involve the body. But really, what they are is they are top down techniques where we're using our cognition upon the body, trying to generate a bottom up effect. So, you change your breathing, you change your heart rate. So, they're top down with a bottom up effect. And the difference about the spontaneous neurogenic tremor response is it is a true bottom up response, which means that how your body moves, where it moves, when it moves, is all entirely generated by the organic wisdom of the body, for want of a better term, than our cognitive mind. Now, when we look at somatic experiencing versus TRE, because that's another technique that uses a lot of the spontaneous involuntary movement, the easiest way I think about them is, somatic experiencing is much more of a therapeutic modality where it's, driven and guided largely by the therapist. So for me, I go, that's a little bit like going to a surgeon. You go get your surgery, great, fantastic. TRE, you can use it in that therapeutic setting, but its real sort of value and gift to the world is that you can use it as a self-care technique. So David Berceli, the TRE founder, the impulse behind developing this technique was empowering huge numbers of people to recover on their own following mass scale disasters or natural disasters or war zones. Because his point was he was trained as a psychotherapist was like after a tsunami where you've got 200,000 people have died, we can't send in 500 million psychologists to do 10 sessions each with people in that therapeutic model. And also that the therapeutic model itself is very much an expression or a manifestation out of a Western therapeutic mindset. So it's not even applicable to many other cultures and people around the world who just do not see the world that way. So the real gift I see TRE is a little bit, it's like saying first aid, 90% of the problems, 90% of the time. So it's very much about empowering people, not only on their journey of healing stress and trauma, but also personal growth and development. Because as we start to change the physiology, then we have the opportunity to move into greater states of connection, growth, curiosity, and flow.
Thanks for watching this clip of the Getting Mental podcast. If you like this clip, check out the full episode here or more clips here.